That's our 1,000-watt element in the PEP, 1,000 an average, 5-watt slug and reverse. And we're looking at the RM Italy 505 with variable power. The customer is Mr. C, and he sent this thing to me stating that it worked one night, he turned it off, the next day he turned it on, and it made no power. This is what I find interesting and disturbing. This is also an RM Italy. It's the kl505. This is the kl705. Or pardon me, the kl705. This is the kl7505. Internally, these are almost exactly the same device. Same transistors, almost same board layout, everything. The only difference is this band switch in there, the power switch in the front. So I've had this thing since the 1st of last year. Sitting here on the shelf waiting for me to look at it. I pulled it, called him, he told me what was going on, I hooked it up, and this is what I have for a result. Turn the amp off. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 20 whole watts of drive. Turn the amp on. Hello, hello. Making about 400 watts of power. Hello. It's working. Yeah. Hello. Hello. I don't know. I think it might be a cold solder joint on the input over here, but I don't see anything specifically stating, like screaming out to me, hey, BBI, this is what it is. So let's get down in here and we'll take a look at it. See, like, I'm not digging these solder joints that are up here on the front. I'm not excited about those too overly particular. But there is nothing burned up. The input swirls, the output, all of this is good. I told him the biggest improvement that we can make is we bypass these fuses in the back. He said he was fine with that, so I'll go in here and I'll put some wire across these and jumper them. It's got the right amount of bias on it. Everything. I don't see anything wrong here. I mean, I hate to have it come all the way out here and sit here for this long, and then we go and we hook it up and come to find out there's nothing really all that wrong. But in the same breath, as like I was explaining to him, these are kind of throwaway boxes. Once they break, unless the repair is just a few $100s, because the replacement cost on these things is so cheap, it's really not worth investing the money to repair them. So I'll flow some more solder up in here on the low, medium, and high. We'll throw some solder, some braid, and something across here to bypass the fuses, which if you watch this thing run on the FLIR, this is about the thing that gets the hottest in the box, that and this resistor here, which is your first input pad. Throw some solder up in there, and no charge. I don't see anything whatsoever in here that raises my attention to say, hey, this is obviously the problem. By the way, the modification to make this one work on 11 meters is you solder these two pins together right here. These two right here. The 10 and 11 meter mod is these two jumpers right here. Put those two together. and you're off to the races and running. We're on the 705 or 7505. It's the jumpers up here in the front, which I documented in the last RM Italy amplifier, which was that one that I worked on. I just don't see anything in here that I need to modify or twist or scream at you, hey, this is a problem. The other thing I told him is you'd probably want to use a little bit bigger, heavier power wire than this to feed the amplifier. So, all right, let's jump over these resistors and let's clean this thing up a little bit. What I'm sitting here watching is my very good friend, my teacher, and my mentor, Mr. Minister, old Prime himself. He started his own YouTube channel. It's the Skullcracker YouTube channel. I'm sitting there watching him build my neighbor's new 15 that he's getting. And my neighbor down the street is talking all kinds of smack. And I think, great, good for him. I mean, that's why we're all here. Talk a little bit of game. Don't know how a 15 is going to beat a 40, but we'll see. You never know till it hits the air. So we'll see what happens. So if you haven't had a chance to check out the Skullcracker Nation channel yet, you might want to go check it out. He's putting up all kinds of original content and video gates and all kinds of stuff. Full-blown YouTube channel, just like what we got going on over here, but with his flavor, his attitude, his way of doing things. Back on topic. I went ahead and I bypassed the fuses in the back. It should help it run a little bit better. I went through and I reflowed all the joints up here in the front between the on-off switches and so forth. Reflowed all the joints here. It seems to be running perfectly. I can't find anything wrong with this box. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. There's nothing wrong with this guy. Well, Mr. C, I don't know what to tell you other than the problems that you're having with this box aren't presenting themselves here. And since I didn't do anything to it, the only thing you owe me for is shipping, sir. So I'm going to put the lid back on this thing. I'm going to put it back in its box, and it's going to turn around. It's going to come back to you. Gentlemen, that's that. Pretty straightforward, clear cut, and simple. Probably the quickest little YouTube video I've done in a long, long time. Once again, I want to remind everybody, I'm not taking on any new work at this moment. I'm trying to do everything I can just to get caught up with the work that I've either got on the book or the work that I have here for repair, which is enough to keep me busy through the end of the year. September this year, I'm going to open the doors up. I'm probably going to take on maybe 12 new projects, maybe, and about 300 repairs. It's enough to last me through all of 2021. That's what we're planning on doing. Also, I started a Facebook group. The reason I had to start that group is because Facebook won't let me take on any more friends. If you send me a friend's request, I cannot accept it. It will not be responded to. They allow us 5,000 friends. I've got 4,999 of them. If I click on one more, it's going to simply say, you cannot send requests to this person. He has the maximum number of friends requests possible. I don't feel like starting a business profile. I don't even want to bother with that. So I created a Facebook group called BBI Amps. It's open to any and everyone. Please come join. That's BBI Amps, just like the web page, except for the .com part. Just type in BBI Amps, you'll see it. It's the largest one out there with my name attached to it. Pretty straightforward. Okay, well, gentlemen, that's it. I'm going to walk away. Get this video in the can, get it edited, and get ready to get it on YouTube. So, big shout out to Siglant, Excess Power, and a big thanks to all of you guys. Honestly, I don't get to be here doing this without all your help. And that's why I try to give credit where credit is due, and it's not me, it's gentlemen. It's seriously, all of you guys are what make this possible for me. And I thank you for it every single video, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I gotta go. We'll see ya. Bye.